Greetings and salutations, everyone. This is the Metaverse of Gaming, and of course, you recognize this voice already. Like, come on. It's AJ, Resident Raccoon, right? And I know it's weird you hearing me speak a little bit because I wasn't speaking at all last week, and I've gotten through that rut so far, and I am 100% over everything that happened last weekend. So I'm good now. I'm 100% good, but I am joined today by my co-hosts. Let's start with the professional wrestler himself, the K-pop enthusiast. The man's over here learning fucking Korean as we speak. What's up, man? Hi, Bugz.
I was actually looking at one of the performance, right? And I didn't realize he started it. Yes, Bugz is here. I'm Nesio.
And of course, I'm joined by what Xerox? Can I call you?
And that was the last time they ever heard of Zero again.
Xerox, the Azure Nightmare.
Mr. Blaze Blue himself. What's up, man?
I just need you to very specifically specify Zero, because I would hate it if we fucking become famous and it's like, oh look, there's Xerox over there. I think I might just hang myself. Like, man, these men did me dirty.
Xerox is gonna be the biggest meme ever.
Oh my god.
You'll get so much clout. Just think about the clout.
I'll get so much clout. I'll be that man who became so famous for Scumbag Steve and then just start crying in his room because he was actually a really nice guy.
Well, today we are not joined by StarWind. He is missing. Literally missing.
Yeah, no context whatsoever. He didn't let us know anything.
The man said, hey, let's try and do this early.
Yeah, he tried to get us up early, and then this man is still ready.
And no show.
I'm not gonna lie, he kind of reminds me of one of my friends. He'll tell us like, oh, I want to go do something, and he'll pick a time for us, and he will be the last motherfucker around.
No, StarWind,
especially at the movies.
StarWind did a no-call, no-show, so he's getting written out.
He hit us with the, hey man, we're here. Where are you? In the shower.
Wait, did he really?
No.
Oh.
That's just what I used to do as a friend. I used to be that friend. Yeah.
So you're
I was
that
also
asshole.
the friend. Yeah, I was like, damn, my mom needs me to do something while I'm in bed. Yeah, I was definitely that person.
No, I was the person that'd be like, oh, we're meeting up at 7 o'clock, kids. Where you at? Oh, I'm a block away. I'm still home.
Yeah, I haven't even left yet.
Yeah,
I haven't brushed my teeth.
No, I had one friend who would literally be like, yo, I want us to meet at this specific time. We would get there 5 minutes before him, and then he would show up right as the movie was starting. So we'd have to cancel that showing and then go and argue with the manager and be like, listen, we know we bought tickets for this, but can we exchange them for a later time and shit like that? And oh my god.
They hate doing that shit.
Oh my god. I know, the manager probably knew us very well because we specifically went to this one theater, and oh my god, I felt bad for the person who had to work behind the counter because they were constantly oh god, it's these fucking guys again. Hey, listen, until your whole party's here, I'll sell you tickets. Until then, get the fuck
out. There was a very sad case. I don't think I should tell the story. I'm not gonna tell the story. This is a sad story. Let me not damper the mood. Instead,
I got one that would make everything laugh.
Go ahead then.
So we were going to one of my friend's birthdays. It was I think he was turning 19, maybe 20. And it was me, his brother, and our two other friends. They were late. We went to go see Inherent Vice. Have you guys seen that movie? With Joaquin Phoenix?
No.
It's a really good movie. It's a little long. It's 2 hours and something minutes, maybe 2 hours and 20 minutes. So we get our tickets. We're oh, we got your tickets. To the two brothers that aren't there, we're hey, we got your tickets. Just text us. We'll run out and hand it off to you. We'll save the seats. Don't worry. They showed up probably around the hour and 58-minute mark.
Oh my god.
They showed up around that time, and then they had the fucking balls to be yeah, that movie was terrible. I didn't like it. It's you didn't see the whole goddamn movie. You just saw the ending. You don't know what makes sense.
Of the setup.
You can't say it's a fucking bad movie if you did see the fucking movie.
It sounds like Sounds like IGN.
Pretty much, yeah. And then what made the night even better is they got into a fight at fucking Pizzeria Uno's.
Oh my god!
They like one punched one in the arm so hard that his burger spilled out. We were just screaming out for the waitress Pam to come back and just like be there as a buffer and just try and calm everyone down. It was such good times.
I remember Uno's. I remember that. Their pizza's not.
Yeah,
it's alright.
Dude, it's just. You see, I don't understand like deep dish pizzas. Like I've been to Chicago several times, and I just don't get it.
Yeah, I've never been a deep dish pizza person. I've always been. At first, I was a Papa John's person for a while.
Oh God.
And then my partner got me into Domino's. So.
Oh
I've
God.
been since. Yeah. 100%.
I think you both need an education in pizza right there.
What's your favorite pizza place?
What's yours?
You see, I go local, like a real pizza enthusiast.
Like a New Yorker?
Like a real New Yorker, alright?
Well, we're talking like brands.
If we're gonna go brands, I will say Domino's is like a close second, but my first is Pizza Hut. Unfortunately, there's hardly a Pizza Hut around where I live.
What about you, Bugz?
I don't know. It's different for are you talking like Pizza Hut, like the fast food chain, or like when they actually like a restaurant-ish?
Let's talk about
like
fast
the fast
food
food chain.
Yeah, so Pizza Hut is not my favorite. I would say
it's Domino's.
Yeah, I would say Domino's.
See, Domino's has gotten better. Like before, I remember in middle school, our teacher got us like a pizza party, and she got us Domino's, and it just tasted like ass. Like just not even like good ass, just horrible cardboard, soggy as hell.
Good ass.
Not even good ass. It was just like it was like cheap, moldy cardboard, dick
Moldy
cheese ass type deal. It was just garbage, and I was like, "You fucking paid for this?" And I found the coupon that was in the trash for it was like a deal, and I was like, "Oh, no wonder she bought this. We're not really her favorite class. She fucking hated us."
In middle school, there used to be this place called Angie's, and it's the same place I used to go to in high school as well, but my teachers used to get from Angie's all the fucking times. Speaking of, how many fucking Ray's pizzas do you guys know?
Ray's pizzas?
Ray's, I know 7.
There's like 8 Ray's pizzas around me.
I'm not surprised.
Oh, wait,
every one of them claims to be the original.
I think there's one around me that I've seen.
Ray's Pizza. I swear to God, they're not even together. Like, they're not even a chain. They're just different.
But they fucking say it's like, oh, the original. It's like, you can't really call yourself original. I got 8 other ones in Manhattan that are saying they're original. Come on.
Yeah, and I got like 20 in the Bronx saying they're the original.
Jesus Christ.
There's a place, Mexican like kind of like diner spot called Jimbo's. And then there's a few blocks down, I kid you not, a few blocks down, maybe like a 4-minute walk. There's a place called Jinbo's with an N. So instead of Jimbo's, it's Jinbo's. 2 Mexican style diners. I swear to God.
No, you know what it was?
Oh,
one of them wanted to be above the other one. That's it. So if you look them up in the phone book, like Jinbo's and then Jimbo's. Okay, gotcha.
This one comes first, so I'm gonna choose this one.
I'm pretty sure that's the exact reason why they chose that too. It's like they'll call our number first. Fuck those bottom bitches over there.
That's them just being petty.
Hey man, sometimes you need to be petty.
Last week, right, we spoke about Resident Evil Village.
Yes.
We have all had the opportunity to finish Resident Evil Village now, obviously. So now that everyone's played it probably multiple times, I don't know. What would you say is your final scoring for the game out of 10? This is the final metaverse score.
And we're just gonna average it out.
And then we'll average it out, yeah.
I'll let Bugz go first on this one.
All right.
So to me, the game was good. I enjoyed myself playing it. I mean, I may not know like all the lore and Resident Evil, but I knew most of it, and my final scoring would probably be a 9 out of 10, if anything.
You're going high.
9 out of 10. Wow, that is really high.
Yeah. What about you, Zero?
I liked it. There's some things that really took me out of it, and we'll probably talk about more like after we give like the ratings. But I would give it an 8.5.
Okay.
The
I
point
think I'm gonna
five.
be the.
I was gonna say
Yeah?
like the point 0.5 only comes because they had like a very like funny Easter egg. I was like laughing my ass off, and I'll talk
The
about that
bowler
one later.
one?
Yep, you knew it. You fucking knew it.
You
Honestly,
boulder punching bastard.
it took me even more out of the game. I'm not even gonna lie.
Dude, that just had me crying laughing. Like, well, we now know in the connection, Chris is well
See,
known as that
the
boulder
reason
punching asshole.
the reason I gave it what I gave it was is because I would have given it a 10 if it weren't for the Modern Warfare style ending when you play as Chris and the fact
I
that,
actually liked that to tell you
and
the
then
truth.
the Mad Max car scene.
I give it a 7 out of 10. A solid 7.
Oh wow!
7.
I thought you would have
I
given
get-
it like
yeah.
an 8 at least.
No, he's played
So-
it enough times to like know the actual story.
Yeah, that's
So
a good
it seems
point.
like we average it out to about an 8, I would say.
Yeah.
And then
As a whole.
we just gotta wait for StarWind's input.
Yeah. I beaten the game I think like 6 times now. And like I feel like I enjoy it a little bit more every playthrough, but as a game, it's great. I think it's an amazing game. But I'm reviewing it as an RE game. And I don't think it's the best RE game. And I don't think it's top 10.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to rank it in top 10 because I can think of 10 games better than it. But
Yeah.
it's still a great time. Especially like casuals. Like casuals are eating this shit up.
Oh, yeah.
Casuals are loving this game. As they did with 7 and like 2 remake. They're loving it. So I'm glad that the game is casually really good because that's good for Capcom. I think this is about to hit sales records for Resident Evil, and which is beautiful because I mean
For America, yes, but in
Yeah.
Japan, apparently, it's one of the lowest.
yes, because Japan likes them their modern RE games. But if you think about it, the marketing for this game was more directed towards the West.
It really was, actually.
Like I think Capcom is realizing that the West is a bigger demo for them than the East.
Well, and it's even more funnier because Keiji Inafune, before he left Capcom, kept on pushing for them to kind of go more like Western focus video games. And look,
Yeah.
it's kind of taken over the market at this point.
The thing with the West is that we kind of play anything, right? Like you can tell, like yeah, the West they love them. They're shooters and they're battle royales or whatever it is. We're kind of one track minded, but there is a very big majority of people who just play games now to just play games. There are a lot of quote unquote gamers, you know, who are just like I said, and especially when things are easily accessible now for gaming.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that like over there in the East, the Switch dominates. Like nothing beats the Switch in Japan. And the Switch is just consistently doing numbers for Japan, and Nintendo's consistently doing numbers. And that's why Nintendo doesn't cater to the West as much as the like Sony and all that does.
Well, then again, with like the West, Nintendo still kind of has like a good lead, just because there are some people who want to be, you know, some people want that convenience of like taking their game and just having it on the go. And that's the thing with me. If they put out, like, let's say if they put out Resident Evil 5 for the Switch, PS5, and Xbox Series X, I'm not going to lie, I'd lean more heavy towards the Switch, just because I can pick it up and go. I don't care if the graphics are going to be great, if the performance is going to be stellar or not, but just because I have that, you know, availability and that convenience.
You're consistently working. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
As opposed to me, who, you know, I never.
Well, you're homebound at the moment.
At the moment, but in general, before, like I never enjoyed taking my Switch to work. Like I you know, especially I mean, like I worked like fucking David C and like GameStop and shit. Like you know, like
oh yeah, at that point you're just like I don't fucking care about games at the moment. I don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about something else.
GameStop kind of ruined my love for video games.
That was one of the reasons why I was afraid of working there.
bro.
Honestly, I think it was the manager that was at that GameStop.
It was
they
the
probably broke it.
manager mixed with like the company's like mottos and like their morals and some of the shit they wanted us to do. Like, I feel like GameStop told us to scam without directly telling us to scam.
Yeah, because they wanted you to like push on more like used games, and even if they were
and
like
add-ons.
Oh yeah. Oh, and the don't forget the protection plan that was like $5 more.
Yo, GPGs were the biggest fucking thing they wanted you to push. Like, if you weren't getting GPGs through the day, like they took your hours away. All right, so like I never told you that, Bugz?
No.
Yeah,
you told me the biggest thing that they wanted was for you to get the sign up for the card. Like
for a while, yeah. So basically, they would flip flop on things that they want you to focus on. First, it would be cards, right? Through the summer, usually it would be cards and GPGs.
Mm-hmm.
GPGs were hard because games don't come out in the summer. Nobody's buying games in the summer. Literally, working at GameStop in the summer was boring as fuck because no one was in there. So they wanted us to push
except
cards.
me when I came to visit.
Oh well, yeah. And then on top of like working in the summer, the winter, and like fall, and spring, it was GPGs and reserves. Oh my god, they wanted reserves.
Oh
Like,
yeah, the reserves.
I had to always push reserves. Like I used to be like, "You sure you don't want to drop $5 down right now?" Like, or if they traded stuff in, you'd be like, "Yo, let me take $5 out of this, and I'll just put it on the game." You never have to worry.
And you
about it
constantly have to tell them too, right? Like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we'll have like this many copies in stock when they come in. So this will guarantee you get it.
So I forgot where I was going with this. I was going to the cutting hours. Yeah, okay. So I worked in GameStop from I think July 2018 to about the end of 2019. So I was there for almost about 2 years, a year and a half. I was starting to fall out of it about the summer of 2019. But the issue was that in summer of 2019, I had just bought my tickets to Japan. So I was like, I need to hold on to this job and save money. And like, I had sick hours. So I was like, let me use my sick hours, for as vacation time because they didn't offer me vacation time. Only whatever. So I used my sick hours. And I left in October. So towards October, I was done. Like I was completely done with the job. I was just like, nah, man, like I need to quit the second I get back. So I leave for Japan in October. I come back and I come back around the middle of the month. So I think it's about 2 weeks left. And it's about a week and a half left in October. And my numbers weren't looking good at the time. So by my numbers, I mean like, my reserves, my GPGs and my reserves. They weren't looking that good. And that was mostly due in part because like I'm on vacation mode still and I'm jet lagged. Like jet lagged like a motherfucker. And you get back and you don't really feel the jet lag. You're just kind of like, yeah, I'm back home, blah, blah, blah. Like I missed Japan already. And then you get in bed.
I would miss Japan too.
And you get in bed and oh my god, those 14 hours hit you like a fucking rock. Actually, no, they hit you like Chris Redfield hitting a rock.
Boulder punching bastard.
So my numbers weren't good, and like I was fine financially coming back, obviously because I had saved enough for me to hold on to after I got back, and like, but I wasn't like fucking set for the rest of the year and into the new year. I was good for just to hold me through Christmas.
My fault. And, my fault if you heard that.
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, okay. My phone went off and it played the little Kingdom Hearts noise.
I did not hear that at all. And so my boss at the time, I'm gonna name drop you.
Shit.
Yeah. He's bad.
Actually, I'm gonna edit that out. Let me not get sued for defamation of character.
You could have just bleeped it out.
Yeah, I'll bleep it out. I don't want to get sued for defamation. Because that's
I don't think that guy has any power to sue you.
Because that shit happens.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying was that karma is a bitch.
Yeah, so Pedro, if you out here, like,
Oh shit!
I'm gonna call him Pedro. Pedro, if you out here, bro, like, the reason I left GameStop was because of you, and he cut my hours because I didn't have numbers. I was working 1 to 2 days a week. I was a manager. Kid you not.
Jesus Christ!
I was a manager of the store. I basically, whenever StarWind and Pedro weren't in the store, I ran the store. So, which was most of the time because Pedro fucking called out a million goddamn times, and he was the store manager. And so,
and that's why his GameStop went to shit.
And then my GameStop closed 2 weeks after I gave my GameStop was announced that they were closing the week I gave my 2 week notice. And I had already found another job, so I didn't really give a fuck. But yeah, and then through that, doing my 2 weeks, my last 2 weeks, he was still like, "Oh, we need you to get these GPGs, man." I was like, "Bro, I'm out the door in like 2 weeks."
Granted, you only, like you said, you only worked 1 or 2 days, right? So
yeah,
I'm out the door in 2 days, my guy.
Exactly.
2 days.
It was funny because I gave my 2 weeks the week of Black Friday, and I called out Black Friday. I was like, I'm not working this shit. No fucking way I was working Black Friday. I went out Black Friday and bought some shit at Best Buy.
Yeah. I don't understand. I don't know why people come to my store on Black Friday if we still have the same fucking sales every fucking day.
Do you want to name drop where you work?
I work at Marshall's. It's all right.
Okay, go ahead. Tell your story now. Then go ahead.
Yeah, like every freaking holiday is like people come in. Oh, do you have any sales? Do you have any sales? Like, no, it's the same sales as it was yesterday. A holiday does not make it any different. And then, okay, next person. Oh, do you have sales? Do you have sales? No. You don't got like a Black Friday? No.
Marshall's is the sale, you fucking asshole.
You want to know what's on sale? Anything with a red label is on sale. Oh, can this go any this go any down lower? No.
Like your job had a history of thieves, if I remember correctly.
I'm sorry?
You had a history of being like things being stolen.
We still have a history of things being stolen, bro. Yo, literally, I think what was it like? It was like about 2 months ago that I was doing the door, like counting the people to go inside the store, and literally this group of people just come in, right? They go straight to the coat section. So the store manager, one of our regular managers, and my friend who's an LP, they see they're watching them because they know that they're gonna take something. Yo, I kid you not, this group gave no fucks. They literally just went, took like 50 coats, and just walked out the store. Meanwhile, the coats still had the hangers on them, the alarms on them, and they just walked out. You're like, you ain't gonna do nothing. We just walking out with the shit. And meanwhile, my friend who's LP, who's actually trying to do something, the store manager goes, "Just let them go out. We can't touch them. We can't touch them." I'm like, bro. So you just want the store to like just get robbed every day?
Man said we can't touch them.
We can't touch them because of COVID.
We can't touch them.
Wow.
And that's why he doesn't work there anymore.
We had a history of thieves at GameStop. I mean, obviously, it's fucking GameStop.
I won't name drop my store manager, but let's call him Squidward for now, because he looked like Squidward.
Fucking, I remember one time I was on lunch, and I was with my coworker. We're gonna call her. We'll call her Scarlet because I'm looking at Black Widow, my Black Widow action figure.
This is just the Alias episode.
We'll name her Scarlet.
Scarlet.
She came to the back and she was like, "Hey, like, there's a guy, kind of just really shady, and I think he has something in his pocket, and I think he's gonna walk out with it." And I was like, "Oh, you're just not gonna do anything? Like, you're gonna say, 'Hey, sir, like, I see that in your pocket.' You know, you have to be like not mean about it, but super casual.
You gotta be assertive."
Yeah. And so I was like, "But I'm on break. Like, it's not I don't give a fuck if GameStop gets robbed. I'm not clocked in. Like, this is not my priority."
And you know what's
when you're done.
That's the same mentality I have. Like, I don't care if the store gets robbed. That shit don't come out of my check.
Facts. So, anyways, though, I got up. I was just like, whatever, fuck it. So I went to the front of the store and I literally stand at the main door. Like I just stood at the door, and I was standing at the door and I was looking at him, and he's like looking at me and he walks around. He can't get by me at all. And he comes up to me and is like, "Hey, boss, I was gonna put this back, but I forgot where it was." He gives me the thing that he was gonna steal. Granted, my store is a hallway. Like it was a hallway.
Yes.
That's all it was.
Oh my god!
So and also another thing of it too was you had the gate all the disc covers in the front, and everything else that you would like actually be able to take is in the front.
Is in the back of the store.
Yeah, the back of the store next to the cashiers. So
Yep.
Meanwhile, you can see everything that goes down. You can literally look at the whole store just by sitting at the cashiers.
Yeah, I used to be able to just watch the entire store. But the thing is if you forgot where you put it, bro, then like I don't know what to tell you, man, because it's in the same section as everything else that you can steal. But Zero, I know you don't work retail, obviously, but
I used to.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm sure you have history with retail. Where have you worked, if you don't mind?
I worked. Oh, I don't. Look, I'm going to tell you right now. It was called Beach Bum Tanning. Place fucking sucked.
Wait, you worked at a tanning salon?
Beach
I worked
Bum
at a
Tanning?
fucking. Yeah, I worked at a tanning salon. Like this is kind of like a well-known chain, I guess, because they have like a lot of like stores in Manhattan, Queens, the Bronx. I think
Really,
even
though?
like in New Jersey and like in Connecticut as well. Like they're like a pretty big brand, I guess you can say, like a good chain. But God, man, that place just was a fucking hellhole to work in. Like it was very soul sucking. So
I just picture Zero in like a Hawaiian shirt with shades on. I'm like, "What's up, dude? Welcome to the tanning salon, man."
I pictured him with the glasses.
if I were to wear that, I'd be probably a million times happier in that whole hole. But no. So
Hawaiian swimming trunks.
If I were to dress like a fucking caricature and actually get to act like one, I would have been like the happiest motherfucker around. Because then I just get to fuck around and joke around and make
speaking of that,
stupid
dude,
jokes.
So I was like, sorry to cut you off, but I was on TikTok earlier, and there's this place in Vegas called Player One something, bro. That place looks amazing. Like
you have to look that up after this.
Yo,
I'll try to send us a link,
dude. So the staff is always in cosplay, and then because I think it was the bartender who put up a video, like made the TikTok, and the bartender is cosplayed as Mercy from Overwatch.
I'm sold.
And they'll give you drinks. Like I know the one drink they made was like it was called a Princess Peach, and it's like it looks so good. We need to take like
plan a trip to a metaverse trip. To
metaverse.
We need to
Vegas. I'm down.
But here's the thing: I'm gonna go dress up as Dante. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I got my Dante cosplay all set up.
Listen, man, I just want to visit it. If I like it, I might end up moving to Vegas.
But go ahead, Zero. Tell us about your tanning salon adventures.
Oh my god! So, of course, you guys have seen me. I'm like the palest looking motherfucker around.
Yeah, you and tanning salon feel like they don't.
They definitely don't make sense because people look at me and be like, "What the fuck is this white guy doing here? He's not even like tanned at all. He's not doing anything." So, one of the perks of working at a tanning salon is you get to tan as much as you want. I never used that fucking bed. One of my managers was trying to get me to like tan in there, and I would be like, "Yeah, sure, I'll tan in there." But all I would do is just go into like the lowest level bed, turn on the machine, close it, and I just put my feet up on there and just wait until like the time ran out and be like, "Yep, got a nice tan out going. I'll see you again tomorrow, boss. Don't worry about me. I'm gonna keep on tanning." All that bullshit. And I think they've probably like figured out like, yeah, this fucking guy's not gonna tan because he just goes in there and he never comes out looking like a bronze god. So
like they wanted to force you to tan? Like,
yeah, pretty much. And it was like a requirement part of the job, but I lied saying, yeah, I'll tan, but I was in college. I needed a job. Yeah, and that's like one of the things that my parents were like, you really need to get a job if you're going to be like going to college. I'm like, all right, I'll get like a summer job at least. Because for one, that place was horrible because the first guy who was like the manager, he was a fucking asshole. AJ. His name was.
Oh.
And yeah, I'm gonna name drop. He was cool if I didn't work with him, but the fact is that it took him like a fucking 2 months almost to fucking hire me, where he hired one girl instantly and had me doing like bed cleaning duty and just like putting me on the schedule, but I wasn't getting a paycheck. It wasn't until my second manager, Victor, who honestly,
What?
yeah. See, this is how I had to like just keep on showing up and getting the job. And I was telling my parents because, hey, I should probably just stop because they're not really paying. My mom was like, no, I'll keep going, but take some pictures and everything, because if they do say, oh yeah, you're not hired, you have like evidence to show that you work there. So eventually, they got like the paperwork and all that crap, but it was like a long time. And my second manager, named Victor, he was probably my favorite one. Like, that man was the coolest person around. If he stayed there longer, I think my job, I would have liked it a lot more. Victor, he's probably not listening because he doesn't care about video games and crap like that. But if he ever hears this, I love you, man. You were one of the reasons why I hung out in there so long. So the first one, he was a complete idiot. He took so long to hire me and everything like that, and he got himself fired when they got like new owners, because the new owner didn't like how he was handling himself, because there was 2 locations. We had one that was next to a movie theater and a strip club, and we had one that was like next to a Wendy's. So he was over by the one at the strip club, which is a lot bigger and had like a more organized seating area. He was just sitting there, not even behind the counter. He comes in, he's like looking around, asking questions, and he's starting to get annoyed because he's like, yo, why the fuck are you asking me questions? Do your own research and everything like that. Didn't realize that was the new owner, so he fired his ass right then and there.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, well, that happened. And I was originally a bed cleaner. So basically, whenever someone got out of the tanning
That sounds
bed,
gross.
it is pretty fucking gross right there. So if someone, like, people get out, they sweat, and Jesus Christ, man, when some people sweat, they fucking like sweat. There was like pools of like sweat in there. So I had to clean that up in 2 minutes, because we had to throw another person in there.
Oh god.
Yeah, so it's like I had to make sure I was very thorough. And like the worst part was my mother tanned there as well. And I told her, like, listen, I don't care which one you go to, just make sure I'm working at that one so I can make sure everything is perfectly clean, because some people I knew did not know how to clean shit. I would like go in there to double check and be like, yo, what the fuck is this? I could see streak marks on here. Did you really clean it? Yeah, I used this water bottle. I'm looking at it. This doesn't have disinfectant in it. Oh, you need to put that in there? What the fuck did I just tell you? I said, you take 2 pumps and then fill it all up with water. Okay, what do I have to do? Do I have to repeat myself again? It was that bad with some of these people.
100% this place got shut down by COVID. Never opened it.
No, surprisingly, they're still open.
What? Yeah.
I went by there recently because I had to go to an eye appointment, and they're like right along the way, and they were open. I was like,
mask on.
I don't know what the fuck. I don't listen. Most of the people who tanned in there were like major assholes, but there was like only a very small handful of people that I liked, and I would bend the rules for them because I was that cool with them. So basically, they had me as a bed cleaner at nighttime. So I was only supposed to work from like 4:30 to like maybe 8, but they would end up keeping me until like 11 because it was busy. But it's like, I got class tomorrow. I need to do homework and everything. I just came from class, so that really screwed me over. And then I became a tanning consultant / salesperson. And this is how they fucking get you in that place. You don't get a lunch break because you're working 4:30 to 12 midnight. You're not working like the full 8 hours, so you're not allowed a break. So if you wanted to eat anything, you have to do it behind the counter, and you have to do it very discreetly, so customers don't see you eating.
Fuck that.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have been like, oh, I'm technically not working, but I'm gonna just walk out this door, and I'll be back.
Yeah, exactly.
When somebody comes inside.
But
That's
like
stupid.
I said, the second manager, Victor, he understood like all this bullshit, and he knew I could sell even if I didn't tan. He's like, "Look, I don't care. You don't need to tan. Your sales numbers are good. You're getting good commission from it. Just do what you need to do."
Yeah.
And I like called him and everything like that. And if there was a problem, I'd run him through it. And he basically practically made me like manager. Like my password could do manager stuff. Like if I need to reverse a tanning session, or try to refund someone something, he gave me like the password for that, and I was like, okay.
The best feeling in the world, isn't it? When you're able to do.
When you're
like
actually,
I'll be right back, guys.
Exactly,
Yeah,
it's like you're actually able to be recognized. Like, oh yeah, you're not an idiot. You know what to do here. You don't need to call me every 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
think-
I've had so many problems with that place. I also had someone threaten to kill me one time as well.
Oh, I've seen plenty of that at GameStop.
Oh my god, man, it is hilarious. And Jesus Christ, I remember I yelled at one person, like one customer, and it was like probably like the stupidest shit too. Because there was a rule where if you bought like 20 or more like sessions, which by the way, 20 sessions is a lot of money. That is $700 right there.
Jesus fuck.
There were people who actually dropped $700 to get 20 sessions.
My god.
And then the bottles of lotions they were selling, they were like around $45 a bottle to $200.
People are fucking wild with their tanning, man.
Tell me about it. So this
Is it
guy
really
comes
that
in.
serious?
Oh my god. Well, there was like 4 different levels, and like the highest one was like diamond. And if you got like someone to buy like 20 sessions for diamond, you're basically good for like the rest of the night, unless like you get people keep on coming in, because that's how they screw you over. Is if someone just comes into tan and don't buy anything, then that brings down your average. So basically, this guy, he bought like 20 sessions for his girlfriend. You're only allowed to share if the person who sold it links up the account. His account wasn't linked up with hers. So
she
I'm
can
like,
access
exactly. So I'm like, okay, give me a minute. I called my boss to like run him through it, because I'm like, oh, this person did this. I'm not sure. I don't want to just like give him like a session and attach it to everything. And I was like, is there any way you can get like your girlfriend to come down here, verify, and make sure? He's like, no, she lives in Manhattan. It takes her far too long to get here and everything like that. I had my manager go through credit card receipts to see if, his credit card matched up. He starts yelling and screaming, saying that we're going to need to call like the police to get him out of there and everything like that. My manager's like, just give him a free one. I'll fix this up later. I was like, all right, dude, you got your free session. What happened?
Couldn't you just have the girl from FaceTime? Like, yeah.
No, because he could have called up anyone, and then they could be like, "Oh yes, I am that person," without showing me ID or doing like their fingerprints.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
show your ID to the FaceTime.
It's like that. But I'd rather have the biometric if they had it, because I've had people who basically use their friend's account and they basically scan their finger for their account so they can use it. There was like a lot of scams that were going on with like customers and all that shit. So basically I send him into a free session. He comes out and that motherfucker gets a free tan and then continues to argue with me about policy. And I'm like, sir, the policy's right there. I just told you everything. I did everything I could for you. Next time just bring girlfriend in so we can resolve this. And he keeps on pushing it so far to the point where I actually snap. Like the countertop was marble. I actually slammed my fist down so hard on there, the whole thing started shaking. I was like, look, you said we're going to have to call the cops? You're right, we're going to have to call the cops because you're going to have to stop me from strangling your fucking neck.
Ah, shit.
Okay? I said, I was like, listen, I went the extra mile for you. I did X, Y, Z. And I was like, and now you're going to fucking threaten me and still argue even though you got your free tan? I'm done. You're done. The door's over there. Have a good night. Keeps on trying to...
the police.
No, I didn't even say to the police. I'm just like, that's the door. Have a good night. And then he's still, as he's walking away, trying to argue. I'm like, you're done. Have a good night. Just kept on cutting him off. And you know what happened 5 minutes later? The fucking girlfriend walks in with him and says, I want to register him. I was like, I'm not fucking dealing with this. Both of you can fuck off and get out. She wanted to fight with me, and he had to grab her and drag her away, and he kept on apologizing. He's like, no, he's in the right. He's in the right. I'm so sorry. I was like, yeah, you're fucking right. You're sorry. You're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But, man.
We had a security guard in our store for like, I think a week and a half or two. Bugz, do you remember that?
Yeah. I walked in one day and I'm like, what the fuck? He's just...
So for context, Bugz worked a block away from me.
Yeah. But meanwhile, it was the most hilarious thing too, because I just walked into the GameStop because I had just bought a PS4. And I was like, bet I'm gonna walk in and get some PS4 games that I can play later. And I'm looking at the PS4 section. I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. All of a sudden, from the left, I was like, all I hear is, "I know you did not just walk into my GameStop." And I'm like, the fuck? I turn around, there's AJ standing. I'm like, yeah.
That was my first week too.
Wait, you didn't know he was working there?
I didn't know he was working at that GameStop. He told me he worked at a GameStop. I didn't know he worked at that GameStop. Because it's literally 2 blocks away from where I work.
Yeah, he would pop by all the time.
Yeah, every 15-minute lunch break I just went over there and just hung out.
Yeah, and then that's how he met StarWind. So that's how we all became friends, kind of.
And that's how I also met Pedro.
Pedro, yes, we met Pedro. The story now involves Pedro as well, but all the worst stories involve Pedro.
Oh shit! How bad is this one?
Oh, it's
so Pedro got robbed, right?
Oh, shit.
At Broken Glass Point. So,
oh man.
So the guy in the camera footage, right? It didn't look like he was holding anything. It looked like he had something. He just had his hand in a bag and was just saying like, "Bro, like open the register, blah blah blah," or like, "I'll hurt you." So Pedro gets robbed, and he gives him all the money in one register, literally everything. The guy apparently knew about a tracker we had in one of the bills, and he took out the tracker and gave it back to Pedro. I guess he robbed GameStops. Like he was just a chain GameStop robber. Yeah. So I think he hit like 2 before he hit ours. And then Pedro, I think he got caught after hours, and Pedro kind of like did the thing where you go into the room and you have to point out which one was the guy.
Yeah.
So for like 2 weeks after that, we had this big, massive fucking guy, like fucking 6'4".
We had you guys had an almost.
We had an almost, yeah. He was like 300 fucking pounds, massive guy. And he would just stand in front of the store, like just stand there. And eventually I was just like, "Hey man, like you want a chair, bro? Like you want to sit down?" So we gave him a chair, and I would like come in and give him like a bottle of water, because like the rest of the staff never gave him anything.
Assholes.
Yeah, even you, StarWind, if you're listening to this. You didn't give him shit either. I was the only one that was nice to him, because he's just sitting there doing nothing. He gets like one shitty 30-minute break.
That's me. Yep, that's me. That's me now.
Yeah, and it's like if something happens, he's the one that has to risk his life for us, you know?
Yeah.
Like if someone pulled out a gun, he's the one taking the bullet. Like, let's be real. So, you know, if I went into Starbucks, like I bought a cookie and I'd get like a bottle of water, and like I give him the cookie and bottle of water.
Speaking of the devil, look who's typing.
He's here.
He heard you.
He heard me speak him into existence.
It's saying, "I was always kind to Pedro. How dare you?"
No, it was the guard. We're calling the guard
I don't know
almost.
the guard's name.
We're calling the guard almost. I just woke
up. Should I bother coming in? I don't want to fuck up the floor or anything. Yeah, tell him to come in.
There's nothing coming. Yeah.
Because this story involves him a little bit too. So.
Oh god, this is gonna be good.
Tales from the Retail? I think that's been the podcast.
Yeah.
So far.
Pretty much, yeah.
God.
Yeah, we've been telling our retail stories.
And you are a part of this story, apparently.
Bro.
No, what's funny is that he was talking about a story just now, and then all of a sudden you just started typing. And
Yeah, because I called you an asshole in the story.
and I was like,
you showed up.
He heard it.
You awoke me. I hear shit talking. Arise.
So we're calling him Pedro, and you already know who I'm talking about when I say Pedro, right, Starwin? I'm not name dropping this person.
Pedro.
Yeah, his name starts with a P as well.
He worked at where you and AJ worked.
He was our store manager.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know what's going on.
So I was talking about Pedro at first, and then Zero dropped the bombshell that he worked at a tanning salon.
I could have sworn you guys
God.
knew about that.
Actually, yeah, he did mention that in one of the other
I'm pretty sure I like mentioned that like several
I don't remember
times.
that at all.
Wait, hold on.
Why don't you listen to me then?
In what story are you telling about Pedro that I'm the asshole?
Oh, so this is a different
it's
story.
not him.
Yeah,
It was like a sub point in it.
I was telling a story about when Pedro got robbed, and then we had the bodyguard in the store, and I was saying that nobody gave the bodyguard like water or like a fucking cookie. Everybody treated him like shit, and I was the only one that gave him shit. And I said, you were an asshole too because you didn't give him anything. Man's was there ready to risk his life for us.
I think he was ready to risk his life.
And then it was gonna go into when those kids came in,
And he got high and heavy with them.
yo. So we had these kids that used to come in regularly. One of them tried to get Bugz to sell Assassin's Creed Origins to me. So he was like, what he called you, his brother, right? Or some shit.
Yeah, he said, "This is my brother."
This is my brother.
Yeah. So the kid comes up to the register and he's like, oh, this is my brother. He's going to sell the game for me. And I was like, bro, I went to college with this dude.
The look on this kid's face, he was just like, "What? No, dead ass."
I just wanted to entertain him a little.
So
Oh my god.
this kid used to just come in all the time trying to sell like M-rated games. Granted, even if they were rated E games, he still wouldn't be able to sell the shit.
Didn't he also
StarWind
try
used
to
to-
buy Assassin's Creed? That's what it was. It was that our first
Yeah.
encounter with him is he wanted to buy a
Mhm.
game, and then
Odyssey.
he tried to sell the game back to us that he bought. So motherfucker wasted his money and then wanted his money back. Piece of shit.
So these kids come in
Asshole.
again, and they're starting shit again with us. And then one time they wanted to fight us after work, me, StarWind, and Pedro. I was just like, all right, he's like fucking.
A bunch
What,
of 20-year-olds just to fight.
Yep, we're gonna fight like 4'11" fucking 12-year-old kids. So they come in, they're starting trouble, whatever. We ignore them. I don't care. And the security guard starts getting wild. He's like, "You need to leave." He had like an accent.
Oh, he was
And
definitely almost then.
Yeah, he was like almost exactly like almost, just a little bit bigger. And he was like, what was it he was saying? You have no respect.
Mother did not raise you like this. What is wrong with you? Go back home now.
And the kids were like, fuck you, like, bitch, blah, 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 like yelling back at him. And it's like, I know he can't like physically pick up the
But they were
fucking
doing that like that thing where like they're talking shit while backing up. It's like you could
Yeah.
know they're clearly scared of this man, but they don't want to seem like bitches. So like they're just walking away, shooting off anything that comes to mind. And the guy's like walking up to them slowly. It looked like a horror movie scene or something. Like if he was Mr. X and like
Yeah.
and you're backing up in the fucking sewers or something. He was just
Yo.
rushing them.
I was so ready for this man to pick up that child and just fucking
And just-
chuck him.
Just fucking yeet him out the door.
Just yeet him out the fucking door across the street.
Mother
I
did not raise
remember
you like
the-
this.
The last day he worked there, he was just like, you guys are amazing. Like, I loved working for you guys, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, you mean me? Because I was the one that gave you fucking cookies and
my
snacks and
God.
shit.
I gave you food.
These bum asses that let you starve and
Man.
dehydrate.
Basically, AJ was Harry Potter and the guard was Dobby.
Oh, I don't get that reference.
That's a little weird.
What
I
happened to
don't.
Zero?
I don't like the Dobby analogy. Dobby was a slave.
We got an F in the chat?
No, Zero. Just,
F for zero.
It's not working. Like I didn't hear like half the story for some reason. My
What did you leave off on?
the last thing I heard was that you guys were basically gonna fight these kids. Basically,
So basically, we were arguing with the kids, and the bodyguard, he came in and was like arguing with the kids, like telling them like, "Oh, you have no respect. Like your mothers didn't raise you right." And I was just saying that I always wanted the guard to fucking just pick up this kid with like one arm and just fucking chuck him outside the fucking store, like just throw his ass like in Fresh Prince
with Jazz.
yeah, with Jazz. But yeah, I mean,
Oh,
if
man.
like we had we have way too many stories from GameStop and fucking dumbasses that walked into that fucking store. My God.
so my question for you guys
Customers are like
was,
doo-doo butter.
oh yeah, no matter what, when you work retail, you're always gonna get like very shitty ass customers.
Yeah,
And
but
I mean,
GameStop
like,
you
the
get like
shittiest.
the no pussy having like fucking living in the mom's basement, like really dwellers.
See, I'd rather take those guys than the fucking gushing like wet wop. Basically wop. I basically had to deal with like a lot of bitches who felt like they had wop on them, and everyone else was like a basic bitch. Like I had to deal with those types of women at points where it was like, "Is my bed ready?"
Isn't WAP an Italian slur?
He means the WAP. The
The wap,
The wap.
whatever the hell
The
you want to
WAP.
call it.
WAP.
the wet ass
Women who
Yeah, I was
believe
like,
they have
wait,
that
WAP
wet-ass
is
pussy.
what they call Italian guys. I don't think we should be saying that.
You know, it's fine. Megan Thee Stallion took it back,
No,
so
she
it's all
says
good.
WAP, not WAP.
I heard WAP.
WAP is WOP, and then WAP is what Megan Thee Stallion says. WAP, WAP.
Wap. No, I think it's wap.
Wap.
WAP is definitely an O sound.
Oh my god, we're really having this conversation. Demonetization City.
Wah. Ah. No, there's the A, so it's a wap.
No, it's WAP. It's definitely WAP.
You know, we'll hire a linguistics coach later on about this shit. But I basically had to deal with bitches who felt like they
The
had
wet ass pussy.
a wet ass pussy, and every guy wanted that shit. So much so that if they couldn't get into like the best bed and they didn't have the money for it, and I wasn't gonna fucking bend over backwards and be a virgin and be like, you know what, it's fine. You don't have the $72. I'll just put you in for free. Don't worry
Man,
about
it says $72.
it. Basically,
Like,
because
she acted like-
it's basically $30 for a single session, the highest level bed, and then like a cheap one time.
Oh, Zero died.
Oh.
Use like the highest quality. So they thought like because I'm a guy and
Yeah,
they're
you cut
like
out.
and they're a hot ass woman or a hot ass mess, basically.
You cut out, I think. Yeah, we didn't hear you for like a good minute.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So what was the last thing you heard?
I mean, whatever was between I don't know, like
I'll
wet
just-
ass pussy and
Basically, I'll just
He
go back and
was,
say
he was telling us it was $30 for like a for one
yeah, and
What
then
did
after
you say,
that you
Bugz?
cut out. From you said $30,
So I'll just-
and then after that you cut out.
okay. So yeah, basically a single session for like the highest level bed is like $30, and then to tan like a small time pack of lotion that's only like one use for like the best is like $30, and then after tax it's like $72. So it's like they wanted me to be like, oh, you don't have the money, it's okay, I'll pay for you. You're very pretty. You're very gorgeous too. You deserve
but, like,
everything.
The Sims.
it's not like they're asking for like $10, you know, like they're asking for a $72 fucking session.
Pretty much. But listen, it was so bad where I would have like some of them offer me like to give me a hand job or a blow job, and it's like, look, if you're willing to give someone a hand job or a blow job for like this much, I really wonder how many other guys you've blown and how much you've actually paid for things in life, because I'm pretty sure my dick will get an STD or at least gonorrhea, and I don't want any of that shit.
bro.
What did you
Professional
say?
money saver.
They're professional money savers.
he said professional money.
They're using what
Professional
God
money
gave them
savers.
as a gift.
Yeah, bro.
I've never heard that term
That's a
before.
Not
skill,
whores,
bro.
just professional
That
money
is a
savers, that's all.
skill.
Man said it's a skill.
And you
not
know
like
what?
anyone's
They
gonna
would be
believe the
offended
guy at
if
the
I didn't
tanning
like
salon.
give them a discount or anything
I
like
kind
that.
of like. I understand putting up like the bad bitch mentality for like a like a piece of food or like a cookie, like going to like a Starbucks and like, oh man, like I don't have enough for this sandwich, and like you perk up your boobs a little bit. Like I kind of understand that, but a $72 tanning session, like I can't just throw that out willy nilly, you know? Like
Unless you was
Look, they
I get
looked
fired.
at me and thought, "Oh, this guy
I get
probably
fired.
never had sex in his whole entire life. He look at that long ass hair and all that shit." And it's like, yeah, I got the longest hair. I don't tan, but trust me, just because you don't find me attractive, it doesn't mean another woman does not.
but it's
Have, like,
also
the
like,
hot hair and stuff.
it is like you said, you're fucking pale as fuck in a tanning salon. Like,
Yeah, exactly. So they're like, you don't belong in this area. It's like, okay, I don't fucking care.
I
It's a
can swindle
paycheck.
this motherfucker.
I still
Yeah,
got a job
exactly.
here.
And honest, I swear to God, upfront with one guy one time because he was like asking me at the different levels, and he's like, "Does it really matter?" I was like, "Dude, look, it's almost 12 o'clock. If you buy a package, I really don't want you to stand here because I'd have to stay longer, and they don't pay me enough to like stay longer. All this is going to do is just give you skin cancer. All right, I'm selling you skin cancer. Do you really want that? You can go outside and do it for free and screw up your own life. So what do you want to do?" And he's like,
At night, the sun is out at night.
"Listen, okay. So this was the thing.
Or you
We
just
had
got a
two
spray
locations
tan.
that were like next to each other. Oh my god,
That
no!
is true,
Spray tans were the fucking worst. I'm not gonna lie. They actually had me do that one time because they
You
needed a
had to
train on a
spray
girl.
someone?
No, they had me get sprayed because they had a girl that was needing training.
Oh,
And they're
I
like,
thought-
"Oh, we
Oh.
need you as like a train." And I'm like, "I'm not doing that." And they're like, "Well, my boss again, he was like, "Look, I'll give you some money. I'll give you extra money if you let her practice on it." I was like, "All right, fine, but only up to like the chest.
Is
I'm
there
not
anything
taking
Zero
everything
do for
off."
money?
Oh, I have a line, but I mean, it was only up to like my waist. Like it was basically my waist up that they were gonna do. I was
Oh,
not
God.
fucking taking my dick out and getting spray
That
tan.
sounds horrible.
Oh, I felt bad
How
for
long
the
did it take
airbrush
for
girls who had to do
the
that.
tan to go away?
So the process for that was you have to
No. How long did
you
it
have to
take
stand in.
for it to go away? Like the one that you got on, how long did it take to go away?
So it lasts for like 2 weeks, but I managed to get off within
my
a
God.
day. Well, I got off within a day because as soon as they did that, I just started throwing water on me. I took a horse bath, basically, because we had like a slop sink in the back. I legit and we had like a low curtain that like blocked it. So after I got sprayed, I was like, okay, everyone stay in the front. I'm gonna be in the back for like 5 minutes. I basically just like took everything off really quick and just like rinsed myself off, and I had like maybe a little bit left. So I just constantly like used exfoliant to like get rid of that shit and just showered at least like twice a day to get rid of it.
So for a
Spray tan
little
is-
while, you
is-
looked like a mulatto cookie.
No, I did not actually, because since I washed it off and didn't let it set, I probably look like I was like, I guess you can say I had a pregnant glow towards me. Like someone like looked at me
You
and was
look like an
"You-
actual
you look
Spanish
a little
person."
different." No, not even closer to that. I was far from that still.
Yeah, I don't
basically,
think
and
you
yeah,
can
in
ever
the
make me
process
look like
of
a
that,
Spanish person.
listen, just the whole spray tan thing, it sucks. The thing they spray you with is just god awful. It smells horrible. That shit gets in your nose as well. And honestly, I feel bad for like the women who have to do that shit, because if there was a guy that they had a spray tan, one girl told me that this guy actually got his like dick up right there in front of her, and she had to like walk away from the room for like 5 minutes. And after like that 5 minutes, she came back. If he was still hard, he was like, "So, do you want to like handle this?" And then I was like, "Dude, get the fuck out of here before I kick your dick off."
Oh my God, tanning salon sounds so scandalous,
You
Oh my
go to
God.
a massage parlor.
right?
Yeah, exactly. But my
Oh
God,
my
just
God.
the
Pedro
whole
got a
thing
happy
was just a
ending one
fucking.
time at a salon next to us.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
He did?
Holy
I think
shit!
That was real?
I think so.
Wait, who?
It
Wait,
it
what?
was a rumor that was going around.
Pedro.
Oh my god!
There was a massage parlor next to the store, and he was always like going over there, and he always seemed so like maybe he was just getting like a really good massage. Like I don't know, Pedro was super tense all
Yeah,
the
a
time.
really good massage.
But then he started telling me what the prices were. And
Yeah,
I was
I bet
like,
he was
this is a joke, right?
I bet his
He's like,
tenseness
nah, man.
levels went down after that
Nah,
massage.
you gotta go. It's super good. Her hands are amazing. I was like, no.
Yeah, her hands are
Her hands are amazing.
Oh yeah, her
Yeah.
hands. Yeah, I bet those hands are very good.
Cause like when I know people that get massage, like they usually like rubbing their back and shit. Like you could tell like they just got a massage. Nah, he would come in acting and walking very different. I was like,
Not
sir.
only did she give him a happy ending, she put a nice little finger in his butt.
Oh, that's how they realign you. Didn't know that? That's what he also asked for. He's like, "Hey, you think you could?" He's like, "Hey, you think you could realign me?" As he sticks his ass out.
Well,
She's like, "Sir, I don't do that." He's like, "Oh, you're going to. Here's an extra 20."
fucking, we used to have one regular. We're gonna name him.
Fucking God.
He was like fucking king virgin of like virgins. Like this man definitely.
How bad are we
screamed.
talking?
Worse than anything you can possibly
He told me
imagine.
a story that he got upset at his stepdad and his mom because they mixed their laundry with his Deadpool socks. Dad. Yeah. So that was the whole story he told me.
He also had a picture of his friend from Canada, quote unquote, his friend from Canada in a
I'm
bikini.
dying.
Wait, hold on.
I need to hear more about this fucking Deadpool
Oh
song.
my god, I'm dying. I'm
Let
dying.
Bugz do his thing first.
Oh my god, I was.
I just imagine this fucking guy comes storming into GameStop while AJ's at the counter. He's like, "Oh, hey man, you want to pick up the new Call of Duty, man? Oh, you know, I really can go for some Call of Duty. You know what my fucking stepfather did? He mixed
Oh my
my
God.
Deadpool socks with his. They
really would
fucking
do that,
touch,
though.
man.
Yeah,
That's
I was-
fucking
I was-
nuts.
yeah.
I was choking and dying at the same time because of that story.
Jesus Christ.
That's really how
Bro.
he'd walk in the store.
All right, sorry. You can talk now about his Canadian friend.
Oh, the chick that he said was his quote unquote friend. That there was a picture of her in a bikini that he lifted off Facebook and used as his phone background.
Oh god.
It's like,
Bro, this
we're
guy
super
was
close.
next level fucking like annoying. Yeah, restart.
I'm curious to know if I've ever seen this kid before.
You definitely
Yeah, he
have.
was the one with Lucas, the dog, the German Shepherd. It was a German, not German Shepherd.
Wait, he brought
was
the
a
German
dog walker.
Shepherd
He had a
into
Labradoodle.
the shop?
He was a dog walker.
Or he
Yes, he
just
was a
like
dog
showed
walker.
the picture.
No, he
Lucas
he was
is
a
the
dog.
golden. Is he?
Golden Retriever.
Yeah, that's what he is. I was like, he's not a shepherd.
Yeah, I thought I said Labradoodle. I don't think he's a Labradoodle either though. Whatever.
There's a
We don't
big
matter
difference
what
from
he
a
says.
German Shepherd to a Labradoodle.
I mix
A
my breeds up all
giant
the time.
difference.
So he would bring the dog in all the time, and the dog would get his hair every fucking where. And for a while, our vacuum was broken in the store, and GameStop was too cheap to provide us with the vacuum. So we'd have to.
Why didn't you just tell him, hey, the dog has to stay outside?
The dog was better than Chris. I would rather talk to the
Well,
dog.
why didn't you
than
tell
talk
him to
this
stay
man.
outside and leave the dog in?
Well, that doesn't eliminate the dog hair problem.
Have the dog do all the buying, all the games.
But
You make him
Starwind,
clean it up afterwards.
Starwind made it very apparently clear, like that he did not like him. Like,
Oh.
He made it very clear. There was one time he
How
was ready to
clear
fight
are
him.
we talking?
Oh shit!
Really?
Yeah,
Wait.
like
I have a question for you, Starwin. Who'd you hate more, the kids or Chris?
I think Chris, because we saw Chris so often. That's not
Yeah,
fair. If
the
the
kids
kid
made us
came
laugh.
up as much as Chris, I think there might have been a similar issue. But no one compares.
Chris
to
was in the store every day.
for hours.
Oh,
I think
God,
I
he
know
was one
who
of
you're
those
talking
guys.
about now. Oh my god!
He was one of those guys, basically. Oh shit.
So
like, how did
exciting
this?
because he
So
was
hang on,
supposed
how
to
did
be a
this fight
dog
like
walker.
escalate? Did you say like, yo, you want to pre-order these hands? They're ready to eat for everyone.
No, so basically I was upset. I was upset at Pedro that day.
Yes.
This was towards the end of my GameStop career. I was livid that day for some reason. I forgot what it was. I was just really mad at Pedro. And
That was the day that he was like, "Do you want to have the conversation?"
Yes, that was during my lunch break.
The conversation.
So I was just really mad, and he confiscated my phone too. That's what it was.
Yes, I remember that day.
So I was
Wait,
like,
why
damn,
did
he
he
really gonna treat me like
confiscate
a whole
your phone?
child. Because he didn't want me out on the floor on my phone. Because we were on our phones 24/7.
The
Granted,
store would be
all
so
of us.
dead.
which is crazy because I wasn't even on my phone as much as Starwind.
No.
Like, Starwind lived on his phone.
Yeah. I would have gone
So-
crazy without it.
So, I was upset. I was on the floor. I was just like, not fixing fixtures, but like just fucking around with the fixtures because I was just trying not to blow up by Pedro. Chris walks in, and he's just like he was very touchy, like really touchy. I did find out he was bisexual.
Oh,
So it kind of like made me
oh,
think like, oh, okay, I see. So he was like very grabby. He would like kind of grab me and like want to hug and shit, and like
Grab your ass.
it was just very uncomfortable. Like I was just like, all right, like dude.
so
like,
who's like
I
King
already-
Jellybean from Rick and Morty?
I don't get the reference, but
Son of a bitch.
like I already didn't like him, so like now he's trying to touch me. So I'm just like, just get the fuck away from me. And I think Starwind like told him like, oh, like get away from him, like, you know, like leave him alone, like he's not in a good mood. And Chris was the type of person that would just continue, like he would just keep fucking going no matter what you say.
Why? What's wrong?
And-
Come on, you can tell me what's
Yeah.
wrong. Oh, are you okay?
Mhm.
Do you need me to get something for you? Do you need
And Starwind would just be like,
He was
bro,
trying to
like,
white knight you. That's what he was trying to do.
Yeah, exactly like that. And so Starwind would just be like, yo, bro, like I just told you like to get away from him, like just to leave him alone. And so I was just like, you know, it's whatever, like whatever, man. Like I'm more upset at Pedro more than anything right now. Like that's all I'm thinking about. But Starwind was not letting me go. He was just like, we always tell you to stop, and you never fucking stop. You don't fucking stop. You just do the same shit. And he was just like, yo, bro, like why you gotta be hostile, man? Like why you gotta be hostile with me?
And that's when Starwind's like, that's my man. That's why you try and get up on him.
And so like Starwind was so ready to pop that man that day. It was
Damn.
so, oh my god.
Star was overprotective of his property.
Fuck you. You'll never claim me. But yeah, I think he just used it as an excuse to want to punch Chris in the face. That's all.
Yeah, there was a lot going on, and he wouldn't shut up.
Granted, for extra context, I think in the training videos for Starwind, I think he skipped the customer service video. That was the video he just did not do. And so his customer service was just garbage.
I
Yeah,
kind
at
of
least
the
you
same
had that
shit.
training. They didn't train me for shit.
I think my customer
Man.
service is fine.
No, it was not. Your customer service was garbage, bro. I'm sorry.
If people came in acting like garbage, they got treated like garbage. It's not my fault.
Starwind argued with at
I
least 3 people a
understand
week.
that.
Jeez.
Yeah, he had like very verbal disputes with like many people.
No, because people try to come in all high and crazy, like we just supposed to just shut up and listen to them no matter what. Fuck that. I'm a
You
whole
know-
ass person too, bro.
Listen, you gotta always follow the customer's always right.
Yeah,
Fuck
customer
that
can suck
shit.
my dick.
Oh yeah, that fucking bullshit.
And he would tell the customer, you know, if he could, to just suck my dick. Like, that's it.
I wish I could have done that with half the customers. Especially one guy who was a complete asshole. Who hang on, did anyone like ever ask you guys like for your name and everything like that?
Of
Yeah.
course, all the time.
Oh yeah.
Like they want to like your full name.
Yeah, all the time.
Oh my god.
Legit-
Even though we had
legit-
name tags.
Somebody asked me that. I was like, "Can you read? Can you not read right here?"
So
or what?
Starwind never wore his name tag. Let's
Yeah.
also make that clear.
That was the same thing with me.
The
They gave me a
lanyard
name
was so
tag. I never wore it.
stupid. I hate the lanyards.
So-
When we got
I
the
used to wear it.
magnet, I used to wear the magnet. I like the magnet.
I had like 3 lanyards. I had like one for my keys and then one for my name tag.
The lanyard's
And I used to
so
always have
annoying.
an extra.
I feel like the lanyard would be cooler than magnets.
Nah, because like
No?
the magnet just like it just hangs there on your shirt. Like you don't gotta worry about like it's not in the way. The lanyard just be flopping everywhere. I'm not a fan.
Yeah,
Of it.
but you can always wear like a different lanyard to like represent the mood that you're in. Like I would be like one of those like dogs they have on a leash, basically indicating if you're allowed to like pet them or not. That would be like my system right there to let people know like, hey, don't approach this man. He will bite your hand.
I think
I don't
AJ
think
had
the
a
store
definite-
is interested in your BDSM fetish and what you want to rock that certain day. But I just think the lanyards get in the way.
What did you say, Bugs?
Didn't you have like a Deadpool one that you would always wear?
No, the ones I used to rotate were like Red Dead, Final Fantasy 7, and then there was another one I forgot that I used to rotate. I don't remember what it is. But I always wore my lanyard. I always enjoyed it.
I wear a lanyard now for my job, but I have it like clipped onto my pants.
See, I used to have my keys in my pocket.
I'm doing the StarWind and I don't wear my lanyard at all.
Fuck lanyards. Boycott lanyards, bro.
Boycott.
We'll
Everyone
throw that in
getting
at the end of the podcast.
Rebellious motherfuckers over here. Hold on. Watch out. Oh my god.
Yeah, we're not. Well, apparently, we're not even supposed to wear graphic tees, but I still wear the graphic tees anyway.
I used to get away with wearing graphic tees at work.
I mean,
It used to just
I
be
feel
as
like-
long as you wear a button down.
Were you selling like the t-shirts there as well at the time or no?
GameStop? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you should wear graphic tees because that advertises them, and
That's what
they'll be like, "Oh, I like that
everyone
shirt."
said.
But they
Everyone
want us
said that.
to wear
The
collared
polo.
shirts, yeah, or a button down. So I used to just wear my
No.
button down over my graphic tee and have the button down open. That's what I used to do.
You see, I think that's it. I just think it shouldn't matter as long as like you were carrying in that shirt. Like they
It was
should.
weird though because Pedro used to say like, "Oh, if we're launching for say Mortal Kombat, you can wear a Mortal Kombat shirt.
Yeah.
no other shirt required."
When every week there's a game launching, why can't I just wear a fucking graphic tee all the goddamn
Yeah.
time?
Because it wasn't the biggest game at the time. That's why.
So stupid.
But it's also like I'm wearing graphic tees that relate to the things that it wasn't like I was wearing a graphic tee that said like I fuck bitches or some shit, you know? Like I was wearing like Pokemon.
Sure is definitely not sold in that store right
Didn't
there.
one of your coworkers cosplay at one of the game launches?
Yes. And I did too at one point.
Didn't you
Who'd you
dress up for the
cosplay as?
Pokemon event?
I didn't.
I feel like
I didn't do that.
multiple people did it for the Pokemon event.
Oh yeah, we had fucking Weeb City in the store when Pokemon came out. Remember that? And Smash.
It wasn't that bad because we had set up a TV on the counter and we're playing Smash like fucking all day.
Yeah. We did that for the first like 2 weeks Smash was out. But Pokemon was bad. Like it was fucking Weeb City when Pokemon came out. Oh my god. The conversations you have to uphold sometimes during these midnight events is so fucking annoying.
Oh god.
Bullshit small talk.
She's like, I caught them all. Like you gotta catch them all, man. I was like, yeah. Definitely.
I
I
can just
did too.
imagine some guy like just talking your ear off about him and like talking about the new region and all that shit.
Yep. There was the Kingdom Hearts guy that Starwind didn't like.
Oh god.
Wait, was he
There
like
was
trying to
two-
like just prove his knowledge to Starwind? Is
So
that
there
why?
was 2 Kingdom Hearts guys. One
Oh,
guy who tried to scam us at one point, and then another guy who used to just come in and like I guess he just traveled between GameStops and like collected Kingdom Hearts shit. Like he just bought whatever Kingdom Hearts shit was in those stores. So he had Starwind literally look up Kingdom Hearts shit in the system and to see what stores had them and he can order them and call them. And like Starwind, I think we like 30-40 minutes with this guy.
I think it was more than that, bro.
Jesus
But
Christ.
the thing was is that he would be like, "Oh, I just came from XYZ GameStop." Call them and ask them. But I was like, "But you were just there. Like, why? Like, you have a bag full of shit. Why do I need to call them? Like, why didn't
Bro,
you
he
just buy
left,
it while
like,
you were there?"
3 giant GameStop bags full of Kingdom Hearts shit.
And then he would like try and
Oh my
return
God.
one item to buy another one and be like, "Oh, can you order it from the website?" And I was like, "But you have
you
it.
do it yourself.
No, I don't want this one. I want another one." Like, what? What
Oh
the
my
fuck is
God.
wrong with you?
Oh,
No, it
I
was
feel so
bad.
bad for me. You... Hey, by any chance, do you have the new Kingdom Hearts 2.0 HD?
Bro, it
I have
wasn't
5
the
copies
games.
of it, but I need it
Like the
used.
shirts and wallets and shit like
Yeah,
that.
I'd prefer if he came in and like talked us up about the game and bought the game. Like, it's just easier to ignore the fact that
Did he ever
had us
ask if you
looking
guys
shit
sell
up.
Kingdom Keyblades?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
Oh.
did at one point.
Oh
Mhm.
shit, you guys actually sold them?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the foam ones.
Oh no, I want like the real metal ones.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
I
we
want
don't
to do
have
some
Someone
damage.
would die in that store.
Yeah, pretty much. One
I
of the
could just
guys would
imagine him
pick it up.
ask.
It didn't help
was,
that our store was close to a projects and a school. Well, it was like 2 or
Yeah.
3 schools. So I think
Oh,
corporate
God.
knew
So
what to send us.
Oh my god! During the Kingdom Hearts midnight release, oh man, the guy who came in dressed in as Sora,
my God.
and he was trying to mac it to one of the girls that used to work
Yes!
with us in the store. He was like, "Do you like my Sora cosplay?"
He was like, "I'm going to a bar where they're doing a cosplay contest. You should come and vote for me. When they say my name, raise your hand and scream as loud as you can. It's right around the corner. Should I write down directions for you? You should definitely come."
Hey, do you
my
like Kingdom Hearts
God.
2? Do you want to be my Kairi? I'll give you the Papu fruit. We could be entwined forever.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Bro, it was bad. Like we got
That
some
was
bad people.
the
bro.
scammer. That was the same kid.
That was the same kid,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
He
was
tried to
the same
scam us with New Jersey tax. That's what it was. And he would
What?
take labels and switch them. Like he would try to switch labels. Yeah, he was one of those people.
Oh god.
But he walked in with the big Sora shoes and everything. I was like, oh my god.
I'm not
Did
gonna
it actually, hang on, did it
You
actually
have-
look good or not really?
No. It
Oh, it was
looked awful.
that. Oh god.
I'm not gonna front. You guys had that at your job, and I was thinking about getting them, and then I came the next day, and they were gone.
But you're not trying to out here like weeb it out in the fucking store, you know?
Oh no!
You're not trying to show your
cons
dick and be
shit.
like, "Yo, I'm the biggest weeb around here."
Yeah.
Only for cons. Only for cons.
Exactly. You're not trying to walk
Yeah,
around
that's
like that, like that's
understandable.
your life. Granted, this girl
You see, I
also
feel
had a
like-
boyfriend who walked
Oh,
around in
that's
the
even better.
Akatsuki getup. So
Oh wait, a
Oh,
Versace
God.
Akatsuki? He said.
Akatsuki, yeah.
I thought you
No,
said
So
no.
Katsuki
I
and
thought you
Sora
said
fighting
Versace
each other for a
Akatsuki.
girl.
bro, that's
Where's
the kind
that
of shit we
death
used to
battle
see.
when you need it?
We used to see some really ridiculous shit. Like,
He really walked out with his hand like slightly out the like coat thing, and he like
Yeah, like hanging like Itachi.
yeah, and then he like tilted his head down a little bit
Oh
and
my-
like tried to do
Hey,
that thing
did
like
he
he looked up
act?
from you.
Did he act exactly like Itachi and even talk like in his
yeah, it was
mannerism?
so that you
Oh
didn't talk,
my
you only saw
god!
his eyes like past the collar. Like you know, when they're in like the darkness and you only see part of their face. He used to do that purposefully.
Did he fucking say like these eyes only see darkness?
So I'm gonna name this person Timmy, and Starwind is already gonna know who I'm talking about.
I hate these.
This person used to come in all the time, right? And he used to be like anti SJW, like major
Remind me, he
anti
looks like a
SJW.
fucking dumpster,
Ugh.
like a literal dumpster is what he looks.
He was also a dog walker. So he used to come in and complain a lot about like useless dumb shit. Like he would come in and complain about like Captain Marvel, right? Like, he would just come in and complain
Oh
about
my
Captain
god!
Marvel.
What the fuck is he going to complain about with this one?
So, you know, just the whole fact that she's a woman. I
Oh,
literally feel
God.
like that's just a simple fact, is that
Jesus.
she's a woman.
Brian
Like,
Cage.
Yes, like Brian Cage. Like just that's all it was. I can tell like he hated women. And he would just come in and banter with his nasty breath. Like fucking just banter and banter and banter about SJWs and about how like what was the one controversial take that he made
Liberals are
against
taking
me?
over the media or something like that.
There was some Resident Evil shit that he said that I remember that I was just like, oh no.
The one that I
Oh,
will
no.
never forget is when Endgame came out, and there was like that
The A-Force type scene.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh my god, they really had to shoehorn that into the movie. What the fuck is wrong with them? I would never watch that movie. Who even cares about these random female characters? Oh, they're so stupid. Oh, that moment was horrible. What were they even thinking? You have all these other male characters standing around, and you think they're just gonna stop for them? Oh, they're not gonna stop. They're just gonna keep going, man. It's a war. Fuck A-Force." And I'm like, bro, what? How is this
Jesus
getting out of the movie?
Christ.
What the
You know what it is, bro? Is the movie's like 3 hours, and that literally took 3 minutes of your time. Like, literally with 3 minutes.
But it
out
took
of
him 3 hours to explain why it shouldn't have been in that movie.
Exactly. It's just like, bro, relax. Like, we get it. You hate women. Like, we fucking get it.
Then he was the
We
guy
get you're
to
sexually
buy,
frustrated. No woman looks your way. It's okay. That's half the people in this store. Don't worry about yourself.
What was the name of that? Okay, this is what it is. He was the guy who hated females, but then he would buy shit like SNK Gals Fighters for the Switch. Like he was
Yeah.
that guy. Like it made absolutely no sense to me. He was so ass
Yeah.
backwards.
No, it makes a lot of sense to me. I understand it because those women can't turn him down. That's why he's not upset with them.
Oh my god, man. He was just the complete fucking worst. And him and they were friends. So like they knew each other. Oh my
Oh,
god. They'd be in the
God.
store together. Yeah, they'd be in the store together and it'd just be fucking daunting, dude.
Oh my god. Do you remember that story that Dog Walker fired from a place because he sat down in someone's couch butt ass naked?
Oh,
Yes.
What?
He was dog sitting like overnight in the house.
Yeah, the family was like I think gone for a while, and they had him stay over to watch the dog
They had cameras.
in the living room, and they didn't tell him, and he got butt ass naked.
Why
and
the
sat
fuck
on
would
their
you get
couch
butt ass naked?
in their living room?
I think
they
what
came
would
back
make
and
the
they were
story a
like,
whole lot
"Nah,
worse
bro."
is if he like put on like the wife's clothing or something like that.
We don't know what he did while he was
He
butt-ass
pro-
naked,
you know,
but we
he
just know.
probably did that. He probably dressed up as the wife.
With his
played
Deadpool
house.
socks.
Exactly. He wore his Deadpool socks underneath as
Deadpool
well.
socks.
And then after he was done, he left the Deadpool socks on, got into the couch.
I can't
So-
even imagine the big like mark of butt cheek sweat he left on the
Oh my god.
In my mind, though, the dog is looking at him like, "What the fuck are you doing? this is not why you're here."
That dog hid. That dog had problems afterwards. Like that dog did not
Dog's like-
bark. It didn't look out the window with joy like it used to. He didn't want to go out the house. He was just content to that one corner and just did
Oh my
not want to
God.
leave.
The dog was like, bro, you haven't walked me once since you've been here.
He probably
never
yelled at the
walked
dog
the
and
dog.
talked about like his socks problem as well. Can you believe this, Fido? My fucking stepfather touched my fucking socks with his socks.
I can't.
Anyway, it's kind of late. I'm gonna go to bed. You mind turning away? I gotta get completely butt ass naked.
In this random person's fucking house. Jesus Christ.
Can you imagine being like the people who own that house and you're like, "Oh, like let's check what happened to the dog," and then like 20 minutes and you're like, oh my god, he's fucking naked on the couch."
So we're burning
away.
that couch, right? We're not keeping this anymore.
Bro, I can't even imagine being the people that hired him in the first place.
They definitely had like a long conversation if they should trust.
I
him.
would love,
Bro.
like, if people were like, "Oh, who's the nice, kind dog walker that you got to dog sit for you? May I have his number?" It's like you don't
No.
want this man's number at all.
Never.
This
Find
man
someone
used to
else.
walk around in chancletas with his crusty ass.
With his Deadpool socks. With his Deadpool socks attached to
And
them.
he would walk up to the counter and put his entire fucking gut on the counter.
Oh
Take up
god!
the entire space. So whoever hired this man, like when you look at him, he screams like, "I've sexually assaulted women."
It didn't help
Almost
that he was like a mouth breather. Like his
Oh,
mouth was
yes.
always
Oh.
open. So he would like throw his gut onto the counter and then like pick up his arms in a way so like you can't see past him because he was like maybe like what like 6'3", 6'4", something like that.
He was tall, yeah.
He was tall as fuck, and then I'm guessing like 300 and something pounds. So he took up space.
Oh my god.
So he's like hovering over you, mouth open. Fucking dogs are doing God knows what behind him because he can't even see. Just in your fucking face, bro.
Oh, so he had like that.
Yes, and
Oh,
it was worse on
God.
customers because if we helped a customer and he saw us, God forbid, he'd fucking walk up to the customer's face and be like, "Yeah, you should buy this game."
I've seen him
Oh my
take
God.
stuff out of customers' hands and be like, "No, you don't want this. You should get this other thing. Hey, can you grab that from?" And then he like point at the wall and tell you to
Jesus
put something down
Christ.
as if he fucking worked there. And
Bro, he was the guy who told the dude buying Call of Duty Modern Warfare to buy Senran Kagura. Like, it was just like, what? These are two completely different fucking genres.
put his own
This
agenda.
guy reminds me of the guy who like assaulted my friend at Forbidden Planet.
Oh my god, I don't know if that's a funny story or not.
That's like a very
This is what
dark turn.
happened. We were walking the aisles because we were trying to get like a comic, and
He frequented Forbidden Planet, mind you.
no,
Is
this
your
was like the
story
new
to elbow?
location, not the old one. This is I can tell this story. I just don't. I'm just not going to name a name. So this is like the new Forbidden Planet, the one where the aisles are slightly bigger, not like the old previous one where it was like hard as hell to like navigate. But we were in Forbidden Planet, and we're trying to get like comics and everything like that. And one of our friends, he's not really big into that stuff, and it's understandable. And just some guy walks over towards him, or like he was walking by some guy, and he just like pulls out a comic. He's like, "Hey man, you know anything about this comic?" And he goes, "Nah man, I don't really read that stuff." He grabbed him by the shoulder and was like, "Want me to tell you about it?" And like had a death grip on him. My friend
You sure
looks.
this isn't Chris?
What happened?
You sure this isn't?
I don't. It could have been. All I know is I just saw my friend get his arm grabbed.
Was he tanned and tall?
No, he was. You know, he was maybe like an inch or two taller than me. Like I'm 5'8", so he was probably like 5'9" or something
Oh, okay,
like
it
that.
wasn't Chris.
But he just like grabbed him and he's like, "Want me to tell you about it?" And he's like,
It was
"I
Chris'
need
little
it.
brother.
Oh, please let go of me, sir."
said,
Oh
"Do you
my
know
God.
about this? I'll tell you then."
I just love the fact that the guy even bothers. Like, do you know anything about this? What happens if he said yes? Like, what would he have done then?
Jesus Christ!
Do you know about this? Yes. Well, I'm gonna
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
hold you here until you hear my opinions on it. Then.
Well, that was Tales from the Retail. We should close it out here. I guess that was the Tales from the Retail episode of Let's Go Around. In the next like 2-3 weeks, we're gonna be having different type of content coming out.
That's
We're
porn.
gonna try to.
We're making porn.
I thought we were already doing that when I shat on Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
But that's all. That's for your OnlyFans, man. We need something that the whole group can partake in.
Can I opt out?
You don't want to do the hot tub stream?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
That hot tub stream is just like the smallest kiddie pool we can afford. It doesn't even go past our legs. It's just right up to our toes. Hey boys, don't forget to subscribe. You subscribe, I'll let you choose where you can write your name on my body.
Oh my god.
We're gonna write it on Starwind's chest.
No. Listen, I have such high hopes that we'll get a lot of people. We'll get that Chris guy to come over. We'll write it on his body since it has
His
so
belly.
much
Kill him on
mass.
stream. I would legit kill him on stream. I would catch a case. I'm sorry.
That's
That's not
I'll
happening.
catch a case.
Those days of my life are over. If I have to ever meet this man again, he's died. We can't both live in the same area.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm going down with the ship on that one, boys. No, fuck that.
Wow. Can we be famous for having the first Twitch murder? Like, what the hell?
Legit commit murder. The moment I walk in and I see him there, shit is over.
I'm afraid to ever walk in the city now and see this man. Because he has like a route. So he goes from like 14th Street GameStop through Forbidden Planet into 34th Street GameStop into like Nintendo World and JNL and stuff. So like those are his spots.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. He continuously walks those spots. He feels like I
How do
definitely.
you know this? Did he like
He would
tell you
tell
this?
Yeah, he would tell
Oh
us.
my god.
But we would also hear stories from other GameStops. Like if you were to
Yeah.
bring up something that sounds similar to him, he'd be like, "You know that fucking guy? That fucking dog walker Chris guy? Oh, he's the fucking worst."
We had even the girl from Best Buy.
I
There
was
a girl
about to
from
say
Best
that.
Buy next
Yeah.
door. So we
Oh
had
my
we had a Best Buy across the street from us, and she came in trading in a phone.
She was like, "You know him too? He comes in here."
He's like a fucking urban legend.
And she was like, "He fucking bothers me too in Best Buy. He bothers like 5 people in there."
No,
Did he tell you about his Deadpool sock story?
I don't know if you remember. There was a time that the Prince Pop came out. There was like a Chase Prince Pop. He bought
Yeah.
it for the girl in the Best Buy, saying that that was his best friend. And then when she came over, I was like, "Oh, so like you're Chris's best friend then? Like you're the one he bought the Prince Pop for?"
That's
she
what
was
it
like,
is. She
"No,
was
I'm not his fucking friend. I don't know why he did that for me. This fucking guy just came over with the fucking pop like we're cool or something." And I was just like, "Oh my god, he's a fucking creep."
And like
Oh
I knew
my
someone
God.
from Best Buy. Like I became friends with someone in Best Buy, and he found out, I guess, that I knew that person in there, and he just started harassing her for like a week straight. Like he was just
Oh,
like, "Oh yeah,
God.
we're friends now. We're friends now." And I was just like, "I'm so sorry. Like I
I'm
didn't do this.
I'm so sorry.
This is not
I'm
my
so
fault.
sorry.
I promise. I didn't do this." Yeah, he was just that person.
Oh my god.
So yeah, Metaverse, we're gonna be seeing some new shit. And the podcasts going forward are kind of gonna be like this, where we're kind of just hanging out and telling stories and talking about our week and shit that happened to us and whatever. So I hope you look forward to that. Yeah, anybody got any last words before I close out here?
Keep your Deadpool socks away from your stepfather. That's all I can say.
Who's on your list this week?
What do you mean? Oh, Chris. It was probably the easiest entry we could have added on there.
Chris the dog walker.
You're on the list, bro. You're on the fucking list.
What happens if he's the one who's listening to this podcast right now? There goes our viewership.
Fuck him.
and last week I didn't add anything. I'm gonna add whoever designed the Heisenberg boss fight. You're on the list, bro. Because my god, my god, bro.
I'll say I'll try and get you a pass just because you made that line, that boulder punching asshole. I will try and get you off that list. Don't worry, sir.
I can't even forgive it. I can't even forgive it. But alright, guys, peace out. Have a good night. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and as Bugz says, super kick that notification bell so you always know when we're posting, because we're going to be posting a lot in the next few weeks. So, yeah. Peace out, people.
Peace.
Come up,